something that is going to keep the distance. I did mention some of these melee heroes, but after seeing Leshrac on Boom, they body blocked. They allowed the lane to push back, and Januel is in trouble.
And getting pretty low. He'll have a Hawk right there to root him. Needs one more shot to get that first blood. Looking to go through the trees, but eventually finds him in a corner, and this should be the first kill of the game and will be for Collapse. Tinkers with a couple levels in March of the Machines feel pretty devastating, but in the moment, just level 2, so it's not going to feel all too great. They'll throw the calling and a blood grenade, and Collapse is kind of setting up in a way where he almost wants to go for both of these kills, but Jackie's pretty tanky. He just focuses his attention on the Tinker again to get a second kill. Looks like they're putting pressure on that top lane, and they're going to go for Jackie. They've got the calling down. They've got him under the tier 1 tower. They'll get the kill. They've got a couple of creeps here, too, so they'll continue forward for Jean-Well and look to get a second kill. Deadshot lands, and that's a double for Rue.
Not that type of hero. And look at this. The value of Jungle Mirana.
Hell yeah. It always is the value of Jungle Mirana. Armel, though, getting run down, and now Mirana looking to make their way over. Leaps up on the high ground, trying to turn this on Aurora, who takes a lot of damage, and not dead just yet, but not really doing a lot with those right clicks. You know, looks like eventually Armel's going to get this kill, and yeah, he will.
The rotation at this lane is going to be very difficult to defend.
And just 3 heroes up towards top, and that dual breath hits them both.
Perfect calling.
Boy. Oh boy, the calling's rough. Rue is low, but he'll survive for now. These creeps doing some work, but the Star Storm comes in. Rue ends up dead. Good gold there for Tims, who has made a rotation and helped out a couple times. But now Tim's being run down by Miposhka, forced to leap away, and he's out of charges. So Tim's on the run, creeps on his back. We'll see if Miposhka can catch up or get some help here. They've got the dual breath. They'll have Collapse rotating. And with the axes, they'll get the kill. It'll be for Miposhka.
Fully understand, and also other teams having a great understanding of what's going on. Collapse getting initiated on.
Deadshot was there, calling down Primal Roar, but the arrow, the blood grenade, and the combo to get the kill and a Collapse. Tims will try to TP out. There's no way for them to catch up. No Deadshot to throw. So they've shown already that it's not impossible for them to, you know, get something back. And yeah, we'll see that right here with Armel finding Miposhka. Easy kill for this Leshrac. I mean, so much damage on a solo target early on from this Leshrac, and that's what I'm talking about.
Radon. Let's see if they might be able to catch him here.
Not a lot of mana here for Armel, but they've got the Gush. They have the slow. They've got Tims behind. They'll try to get the damage out, and they should have it. Just take some time under the tower as he heals up a little bit, and they do get that kill, and all of a sudden it's 6-5, and they're working on this bottom tier 1. Rotation's been made by Miposhka and Rue. They'll even just go for the Roar. Ice Path following it up will be there, and they will get the kill onto Tims.
Let's see if they're going to be able to find anything.
Let's see what they can get from this. They'll be coming up the steps, but the blink into the Ravage, that's going to be onto 4 heroes.
No follow-up.
Radon, but yeah, there's no follow-up for this. Jabs, he silenced up, the calling ticked him, and now he needs to be a little bit careful. They look for the stun. They landed on Laurel. The Breathe Fire comes through on 3. They've got the Ice Path reactivated for a second, but Laurel's still dead. They take out the Dragon Knight, and Team Spirit.
Another opening.
They might. They just might. Jabs again, blinking now onto Collapse. Ice Path gonna split up the team. So they can't step to go in. The Deadshot hit Jackie. The right clicks from Radon. They've got the silence on Jabs. He doesn't have a Ravage to work with, but he's right in the face of Radon. The Primal Roar comes through. It's gonna be on Armel. These heroes are low on the side of Spirit. They've got the Gush on the Collapse. The dual breath hits on Jabs. He's slowed up, gonna be killed off. Rue ends up getting that kill, and now Boom are the one who have to turn tail as they'll start to run. The arrow flies in. Don't believe it hits anything of significance as Jean-Well now running away from Laurel.
Oh, Laurel.
Away, and now they've got themselves the stun landing from Armel. Laurel in too far. He's dead again. Comfortable spot where he feels like he could fight. And he hasn't been unwilling to fight, but as I say that, here they come and they get the kill.
What an angle.
Radon is there with Collapse. And now, you know, you're using this Aegis to try and open up space for Jackie to feel like he can fight. But dying like that all of a sudden means that he doesn't really get as much of a benefit out of it. And they do end up getting Miposhka, but it's not exactly the best thing ever here. Rue also stealing that shrine. Arrow connecting. Eventually, Rue should die here. They land that stun. They'll get that kill. Armel getting credit for that one. He's on a mega kill streak. See if they can find Collapse. They're going to move in. Armel, Invis gets the stun, but Collapse healing up. Gets the roar out. Not going to matter. Jackie's there. And then we'll clean up Collapse again. Savage, yeah.
Yep.
Although, hold on a second. You might see another one. Ravage walking forward. Ravage comes in. Oh, he just wanted to go. BKB comes out from Laurel. They get the kill on Aru. They're going to look over as Radon putting out the damage. We're going to get the kill on Armel. Macro fire in a pretty good spot. They get the kill on Armel. They've got the dual breath. They'll kill off Jackie. Now, well in trouble. That's going to be a third dead. Tim's, he's on the run with those leaps. Throws an arrow back just to deter. But this is looking like it should be Roche. I mean, that was just kind of one of those things I say. Because I feel like I heard it so much in Dota. But Radon going after Jabs for a moment. They've got that Glimmer. They have the lockdown. Ice Path laid out, but the second time around, it's not going to hit. Jabs taking a lot of damage, though. Has that shield. Laurel will have a follow-up stun. He pops the BKB. They're going to go in for everything on this one. Radon doing the damage to get the kill here on Armel. I mean, that's the big damage dealer for Boom, so they need to really back out of this. They're okay just kind of letting it run out, maybe work towards the next one or another kill, but let's see. They'll go for Laurel. They've got the follow-up stuns, they've got the damage, and they use that Moonlight Shadow.
Don't think they were that jump.
They're gonna try and make a move here. Their Moonlight Shadow jabs with the blink in, goes to the Ravage with the Hex. It's gonna be on the Laurel. They've got at least Collapse in trouble for a second, but the BKBs have been popped around the horn, and Jackie's gonna run away with his. They've got the damage on to Jabs. They'll get the kill onto the Tide. They'll look for more. But with the BKBs running out on the side of Team Spirit, can they keep up? Can they output the damage to finish off the fight? It looks like Laurel's going to be in trouble. They'll take out the Dragon Knight, but the damage coming in from Radon. Right clicks on a Jackie, but he's Hurricane Pike the other way. So now he needs to try and make up the ground and go there with the rest of his team. The Ice Path lands on a 2. They've got the Dual Breath landing on a 3. Can they continue forward for more? Tinker low. Armel going forward, trying to get a kill here. Honoru with the Force Staff onto the high ground. Arrow off the mark. Bloodstone healing him back up. Rue still low. Armel trying to get anything he can, but Jackie soloed out. They'll take out this Tiny, and now they've got the Nullifier onto the Tinker. They should be able to finish off another one. That's 3 dead on the side of Boom.
Playing this crossbow arrow meta.
Radon stepping forward into a Hex. Arrow lands, but it is just the shield rune being affected at the moment. They're going to blink with Laurel. He'll go to the Dragon Tail. Jackie's in some trouble. They've got the Macropire down with the Ags upgrade. The damage done with Radon. They get the kill on a Tiny. He's forced to buy back. They will hold their ground for now. Gush flies out. But another Ice Path into a Ravage. They'll get the kill to Laurel. They'll take the Dragon Knight. They'll look over at Rue. They should be able to get the kill into the Muerta. They'll hold off 2. Now they'll look for more. Maposhka Force Staff onto the high ground. Can they get this kill? They land the stun. Armel gets him and kills him. 3 heroes dead on the side of Spirit while they try to take the high ground. Throw a sentry down. See that obs. That was just a place. They'll clean that up. No fight just yet. Armel going to show in the mid lane, though. And Laurel's going to go for this. They want the Ravage. They've got the Hex. Can they get the damage out here to get the kill here on the Laurel? A bit of a bad move coming through from Boom as they kill off Tims. They'll kill off Jabs, and they'll look over at Jackie. Looked like Jackie tossed this Tide into Laurel, and it just didn't really do anything. And then Jackie, he's going to pop his BKB, but you got to remember, he doesn't have buyback. So they're going to chase. They're going to want to kill him. They'll toss Collapse up into the air. They've got the Rune coming out from the Hawk, but the damage being done here with the Nihilism. Do they have enough? Yes, they do. They'll take a Collapse, but Armel now getting shredded by Radon. Just gets away, gets some help from Jean-Well, and is able to escape.
Ooh, man, that...
Is they've been able to get these.
They just went in. Big kill.
Oh,
that's how farmed he is.
They're gonna move forward here. Radon. Oh, Jabs right in onto Rue. This is on the high ground. They get the kill here on a Rue. They're not gonna have buyback available on the Muerta, but they'll get the kill on a Jabs. They'll take out this Tide Hunter. No Ravage used. BKB comes out from Laurel, trying to chase for more. Dust comes out. Radon goes north, trying to avoid the dust. And they're going to continue to look for this fight. They'll use the refresher shard on Laurel. He'll go back in with the BKB as well as having another Dragon Tail in the damage. But now he eats the cheese. Radon getting low. Laurel, he's also going to die here. He does not have buyback. Jackie on the run from Radon. They've got Collapse soloed out, but it's just Tims and Janwell hitting him for the moment. And finally, they're going to bring over Jackie as well as Armel to get this kill.
Collapse is isolated.
This Beastmaster and take him down. 3 heroes down to the side of Spirit. A fight that goes horribly wrong for them.
Ooh, Boom Esports, they're definitely back.
The towers will suffer if you lose the fight. Although Armel, he's getting a little bit low. He's got that Lotus Orb. No Laurel, no Collapse, but a Ravage comes through and it lands on both supports on the side of Team Spirit. They don't follow it up with much damage. They'll pierce the veil. They throw out that Gleipnir. They'll bring Radon back to life.
As BKB ready, getting tossed up into the air. Doesn't get it off.
Oh, he doesn't get it off, and now he's dead with buyback. If they force this buyback, 32%. So a big flip-flop. Collapse. Caught out all alone. And that is an easy kill. Back into a Ravage. Are you buying back into a very difficult situation? And this is really tough here. Is Jackie? Oh, Jesus. The damage coming in on a Jackie. They didn't even buy back on Collapse yet. See if they can find an opening here. They're going to look. They're going to search, but the blink in. Collapse is going to go with the Primal Roar, but it's going to be onto the Mirana. Tim's in trouble. Gleipnir thrown over. That's going to land on the track. Armel in some trouble with another Roar and the Macro Fire. Oh, boy. 2 quick kills. No buyback for Tim's, but buyback available for Armel.
Inside of it, it's going to be very difficult. Radon.
They're going to look to make a move towards top. And Ravage immediately collapsed. He assembles that Aeon Disc. That allows him to get away, but they've got Radon in there. Grass to get the kill out of the Clinks. He was all alone. Macropyre doing a lot of work, though. Oh, and the dead shot putting jabs back into the Macropyre. He's quite low. Another dead shot. Roche low. They're not making a move. Oh, dead shot. Hey. Making things a little bit dangerous here as they're going to try and get themselves. Roshan Laurel's going to blink and he's going to the BKB. They've got the Macropyre down. Now, Lotus Orb on Armel. He's going to pop his own BKB. Macropyre stopping them from going into Roche.
Oh,
Roche is actually dead. Laurel, can they get the Aegis? They finally do.
Because he has Titanic on top of that.
Yeah, I was just looking at that, which also gives him the extra 25% base attack damage.
Very good on Tiny.
Very good on Tiny. Let's see if they can make a move here to try and defend. They're going to move forward. They'll look over. They get the stun. Oh, they've got the Ravage. They're going to go after Radon. Another Ravage is going to be thrown out. Radon's going to be in a little bit of trouble with the damage coming in from the Macropyre. Armel's going to be in a lot of trouble with the Bloodstone. He's trying to survive, but he's still fighting Macropyre. He's dead again. Jackie burning alive. He's gone too. He'll buy back. John Will falls. He'll buy back too, but Jabs is gone. Everybody dying on the side of Boom. They all need to buy back, but they do not have buyback available on Leshrac. Armel, I mean, Armel not having anything. There's Macropyre. There's an Ice Path. Let's see. Can they hold? Can they defend here? It's not looking likely. The tier 4s are going to drop.
Macropyre on the other side.
There's just Macropyre everywhere. I really don't know how you fight. Jackie's going to try, but the Primal Roar, Macropyre is just going to be so devastating. GG is called.
Bro, look at these Macropyres. I would say looked okay-ish during Wallachia. Nothing too crazy. Speaking of rotation,
Spirit Siphon, oof.
Miposhka, he's ready to go in. Laurel, unfortunately, is only level 4. Doesn't have Electric Vortex.
I don't know if it's even going to matter. They've got the Dual Breath, and that is a level 2 Dual Breath to work with. Armel, he's going to get quite low, but I don't think he's going to die. Although Miposhka looking with the Dual Breath, or with it available to throw it onto Armel, and he lands it. But now you got to be careful about Spirit Siphon keeping him alive. So Spirit Siphon trying to survive, and the Illuminate comes in from Rue. They'll get themselves first blood. They'll take out Armel, and that's huge because Armel was really starting to dominate that lane.
Picking up Manta Style for yourself.
Get that Demon Zeal available to you with the Shard at some point. Looking at Tim's, looking at Armel, Exorcism, Laurel, he is going to be run at and killed so quickly. So Illuminate doesn't do enough damage, and, well, that's one. Exorcism gets the kill, and that's going to be adding to the Spirit Collector. Can they at least turn this around to get something onto Armel? He looks A-okay at the moment.
And also grabbing the kill. Radon fighting against Jabs. Jabs is pinging it out. He needs some kind of a help.
He needs somebody to come over, and eventually it's going to be Miposhka with Dust and a dual breath, and all of a sudden Jabs called down and killed. So they'll swipe that shrine. And he would have gotten the lockdown by the tower. Bottom lane, collapsed, slept, and in trouble, but gets that Thunder off. I don't think it's going to matter all too much. And that is another kill here. That one for Jackie, as Armel now with Laurel in his face. Illuminate comes through. Can they at least get this kill? Fighting into this exorcism is tough. Jackie ends up dead to Radon, and they want to go for more. They want to look for this Elder Titan. They want to look to get Armel, but Armel already out of dodge, looking like he's far enough away. And he does die there. He's got himself 1 assist, 1 death. But he's going into the pipe. He just needs time to get that Ring of Tarrasque, and then he feels pretty strong overall. Burrow Strike, though, Spirit Siphon onto Rue, and they'll get another kill. That's going to be a 3rd Spirit collected for Armel. Sand King as well. Even electing to use Epicenter on this. Ball Lightning, they're going to look. They've got the Vortex. They have Radon here, and they'll get a kill on a Jabs.
Plus, they also stole some of the big XP creeps and the gold from him. That's the only one.
Vortex is available with the Ball Lightning, and they'll go in onto Armel. They have the Ice Path landing. They've got Dual Breath. Armel, he's in some trouble, and they'll get the kill. Laurel gets that one, but they've got the sleep. It's onto the Kato. Can they keep Rue alive? Joel doesn't quite have the damage, and now they've got a Dual Breath to go the other way. This should be another one for them, as Radon is here once more. I mean, this guy is Wisdom Shrine, and that's going to be picked up by Radon. They're smoked up. They're going to try and make a move. They see Radon, so they'll Burrow Strike. They've got the Epicenter, but they bring Collapse over, and Collapse with that pipe is trying to nullify everything he can, but they already got the kill on Radon. They'll look over at Armel. Tim's is dead. Radon post-death kills off 2. Jab's in trouble. Burrow Strike away. Dual Breath right on him, and they're going to get themselves a 3rd. They end up losing Laurel. They lose Radon. They've got the stun. It's onto this Terrorblade, who uses the Sunder. Jackie now has to deal with this collapsed, metamorphosized Terrorblade, but the Dual Breath again with Poshka, he's such a pain in the ass with this Jakiro. They bought back on Tim's. They've got Rue nearby. Ice Path lands. Uh-oh. Dead Shot connects, kills Miposhka, hits onto the Kato, and now they're going to chase. This would technically be a full team wipe if they could kill this Kato, but they don't. He's got that Chrysalis, Falcon Blade, ready to go. They're moving over. They might be able to find Laurel. Dead Shot connects, brings them right back into the hands of Armel and John. Well, easy kill for Boom on that one.
Extra ghosts that will come out, and this is level 2 exorcism, so 26 ghosts that are going to come out with the next exo.
Woof. That is quite a bit. They try to go after Jakiro. The silence runs down. Miposhka, though, double Ice Path. Reactivates it again. Macro Pyre. This was a big thorn for Boom in the previous game. And Tim's is going to burn out. Radon gets that kill. They look over at Jabs. They've got the Silver Vine. The Ball Lightning over. Looking for another one. They've already got 2 dead. Well, ooh, Ball Lightning once more. Laurel's in pretty deep. The Spirit Siphon, the Crypt Storm, not going to land, but Collapse goes in with the help of Radon. They'll get themselves another 3 heroes down on the side of Boom Esports, and they need to leave. They're trying to get Jackie out of this one. He's quick enough to get away from the Ice Path that's off the mark. They're smoking, looking for
the high ground.
Burrow Strike, that'll connect. They've got the Rod of Atos. The Ice Path slowing this kill down for a split second. They'll take out Miposhka. Say this one's over in any way, but this is definitely pushing Boom in a spot that's going to be very difficult for them to deal with. Ball Lightning in. They're going to look for the Elder Titan already. They've got the Macro Pyre down. The Illuminate lands. That's going to be a kill for Radon. The tier 3 already low and gone.
Ages, so they can't really jump Radon and hope for the best.
No. But a minute is a lot of time to work with here for the side of Team Spirit. And when they land an Ice Path like that, they might be able to get a kill on Armel, who's in trouble. Yule's up and thinks about popping that Exo. They've got Jackie into the back line, trying to get a kill here. The Earth Splitter is going to be pretty big, but they get the kill on Armel. They'll end up losing Collapse. They'll look for Rue, who's invis for the moment, but it's a double kill for Jackie. They'll look over at Tim's. They'll get the kill on the Muerta. 2 heroes dead on both sides of the fight. They hit the sweep, they hit the stun. Laurel in trouble, he'll end up gone. 3 dead on Spirit. Radon still moving forward though. Might want to be a little bit careful. Bros Trike onto the low ground and still working with this Aegis means they're gonna back off of Radon, but not overall a good fight for the side of Team Spirit.
They're waiting up on this high ground, looking to make a move though as Team Spirit. They're gonna run towards Armel. And Ball Lightning all the way across towards this Muerta, trying to get killed. They'll go into the Pierce the Veil. They use the BKB on Laurel. They'll find themselves Armel and now soloed out. Ooh, the Illuminate, the Macro Pyre. That is enough damage to get the kill on Armel. They don't have a Death Prophet to work with. They'll get the kill on the Tims. They'll take out 2. Now they got to focus their attention on a Jack. They've got the Dragonite in their grasp. BKB trying to run, but Team Spirit, there's no rats down bottom. There's no need for them to stop. Radon's got the damage, and they've got the health. They'll get themselves another one. That's DK gone. They're inside the base to Burrow Strike, but Jab's out of mana. And he is slow to get back into his base, which means they can pull him in. Ultra kill for
Somebody
Radon.
tank it.
They're going to try to. They'll take it. The damage. Radon Rampage. And that is devastating for Boom. Devastating enough that they're going to call GG. And it's a 2-0 sweep for Team Spirit.
They made it look relatively easy in the second game.